The managers are the one who will always bind and unite the employees. So organizing is a process by which the structure and allocation of jobs are determined. Staffing is a process by which managers select, train, promote and retire their subordinates. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to the second session of Human Resource Management, that is Human Resource Management 2. And here I'll be explaining you about what really happens and why all these human resource management is very, very important. The topic is functions of human resource management. Please understand the definition of human resource management is based on what managers do. When you understand what the managers does, you are supposed to know that the managers are the one who will always bind and unite the employees. And what exactly the employees should also do, please understand. The employees, though they are heterogeneous in nature, but when it comes to work, they turn themselves into homogeneous. And the functions performed by managers are common to all organizations. For the convenience of study, the function performed by the resource management can broadly be classified into two. That is, one is managerial function and next is operative function. Now, what exactly managerial functions is? Now, to understand managerial functions, you are supposed to understand the functions of management, which the functions of HRM also is the same. Now, functions of management and functions of HRM, if you understand, we start from the first one is called planning. Now, what exactly planning is? Planning is a future course of action which bridges the gap between what you are and what you want to be. And it follows the second functions of HRM, that is organizing. So this is the second one called organizing. Now, what exactly organizing is? Now, organizing means bringing together three things, that is finance, then manpower, and the next one is the physical resources to accomplish the desired objective set by the top level management. So here you need to understand that when we go with human resource management, here top level, then the middle level and the supervisor level are there. Now the manager need to take care of all the people here. Now the top level management are the one who go with the planning, and the manager here who will be in the middle level, he need to manage all his employees. Coming back to the next one, here we have the third one, we call that as staffing. Now, what is the word staffing? Staffing means placing a right person at a right job. So here staffing, what happens is, to accomplish the plan, what are the resources you want, you will actually get in organizing. Who all are the people who will be there to achieve the objective, we does it in staffing. Lately, after that, we have the fourth one, that is called directing. Now, directing means what? Directing means guiding people. What is it? Guiding people. Now, directing is guiding people to achieve the organizational goal, which is set in the first stage of functions of HRM. And lately, we have the fifth one called as controlling. Now, meanwhile, whenever you plan, what all you have done is you have done organizing, you have selected the people, and then you are guiding the people. Again, you are supposed to control these people to achieve the organization goal, whichever you have done the planning. So, HRM function is all about what? A continuous process from planning, organizing, staffing, and directing with controlling. But here you need to understand there is also something called, there should be a proper communication and coordination which a HR manager need to see. That is, we call that as integral part of functions of management. So the first thing is planning, then we have organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So what exactly planning is all about? When we understand the word planning, please remember this. I'll be giving you an example of 2021. See, right now we are in 2021, 2026, say 5 years, where exactly you want to be. Now you're going for a long-term plan. Planning is also what divided into three. One is the short term, next is the medium term, and the third one is the long term. When you understand these short term, long term and the medium term, you'll get to know what type of plan you are supposed to perform. Now, right now you people are in 2021 and you are having a business, and you think that I should improve the business and I need to make some more profit. Say example, in 2021 you are making a profit of, say, profit of 1 lakh rupees per month. Now, will it be the same profit you really want even in 2026? Definitely no. You want to improve your business. So what exactly happens is you feel that I should make at least 10 lakh rupees profit in my 2026, that is per month. Now understand, you have planned for it. Now what is this planning? Planning is what? Planning bridges the gap between what you are right now, what you are, and what you want to be. That is what planning is all about. That is, for right now 2021, I'm having a profit of 1 lakh rupees per month. That is what you are, and you are planning for future course of action. That's why planning is always what? Future course of action. That is predetermining what will happen. And 2026, you have planned that you will actually get 10 lakh rupees per month as a profit, Now this is what you have actually thought. Let me write the rupee symbol here. Done. Now planning is predetermined course of action. That is the first key point. That is called predetermined course of action. It is a process of determining the organizational goals and formulation of policies and programs for achieving them. Secondly, thus planning is future oriented. See, I told you about it. You will not do a plan for yesterday, you're going to do it for tomorrow. That's why always they say that planning will answer all the questions: what to do, why to do, who should do it, and all those things. And it is concerned with clearly charting out the desired direction of business activity in future. And lastly, forecasting is one of the important element in planning process. Other functions of managers depends on planning functions. That means organizing, staffing, directing and controlling is also, it is dependent on one particular aspect, that is called planning. And planning is a primary function. What is it? Planning is a primary function. So these are the things which you people should know, that is planning is a future course of action. Secondly, we have is organizing. Please understand, let me take the same example of planning where I have told you that you people right now are in 2021 and you are planning for 2026. Now this is what 1 lakh is what you are earning as a profit per month, and you have decided that you will earn 10 lakh rupees per month in 2026. Now what is organizing? There are three factors. One is manpower, then you have physical resources, and then you have the finance, that is called the budget. Say, when you understand budget and finance, please understand this. Bringing together manpower, physical resources and finance to accomplish the desired objective, that is called organizing. So organizing is a process by which the structure and allocation of jobs are determined. Now who and why and where you are supposed to do it, you will get to know, and everything will be in order. Thus organizing involves giving each subordinates a specific task, establishing departments, delegation authority. When I say delegation, what is this delegation or delegating is? Delegating means you are actually transferring the authority. Now that is called delegation authority. Now this is what it is called as delegation. Done. Now authority to subordinates, establishing channel of authority and communication, coordinating the work of subordination. See, when you understand the word delegation, there are three elements of delegation. We call that as, the first one is authority. Then we have responsibility. And lastly, it is called accountability. Accountability. So these are the elements of delegation, and when you understand the authority, responsibility and accountability, it is given by the superior to the immediate subordinate, and the subordinate need to get the work done efficiently and effectively. This is what happens in organizing. So the next one we have is staffing. Now what exactly staffing is, you people need to know. Staffing is selecting a right person for a right job. After that, you are supposed to know that whether the person is working really hard or not. You are supposed to motivate him. You need to give him training and development. You should also go with his remuneration, salary, and until he gets retired, you are supposed to always check on what the best he can do for the organization, because productivity is what the main aim of staffing. A right person, if you take for a right job, only then it can be effectively managed. That is what the HRM students should know, that you are supposed to hire and recruit and select a right person for the right job. So staffing, I always tell that it is a process of selecting a right person for a right job. Right person for a right job. So this is what staffing is all about. So staffing is a process by which managers select, they train, they promote and retire their subordinates. And next is, this involves deciding. See, everywhere the planning will happen, that is deciding what type of people should be hired, recruiting prospective employees, selecting employees and setting performance standards. See, even performance, when it happens, I'll tell you, the manager is a person who always go with what should be the standard of the employees. That is what he will go with. That is, he'll set a standard. Say example, the employee will actually go with it. You are supposed to finish, say, 2000 files or make 2000 calls. Now this is what the standard is set. Right, in a day you are supposed to actually go with 2000 files, you are supposed to complete the task, or you are supposed to make 2000 calls. Now it can be a BPO or it can be a KPO. I'm just giving an example here. Now the standard is set. Now what happens is, the actual will be measured. Now if the actual is more than the standard, say 2200 files he has finished, or he has made 2200 calls in a day. Now what happens is, his standards are set, that is 2000. Next actuals when he make, that means 200 extra also he can make. So what happens, again staffing, you have done right recruitment is what you will get to know. But if it is less than 2000, what happens is, you need to train that person, you need to develop that person, and then tell that you are supposed to get accustomed with the job profile and the climate of what exactly we go with it. So here again you will have what, counseling the employees, training the employees and compensating employees if you are not paying them really good. So that is what staffing is for you. Next we have is directing. Now what exactly directing is all about, please understand. The same task we have, that is 2021 or 1 lakh rupees, and 2026 is 10 lakh rupees. Now the people are there, that is the manpower planning has happened, manpower planning has happened. So you will guide those people, that is whoever are the people here, to achieve the organization goal, that is 10 lakhs per month. So that is what you are supposed to go. First is, directing is a process of activating group efforts to achieve the desired goal. So what is the desired goal? 10 lakh rupees per month is a desired goal. It includes activity like getting subordinates to get the job done, maintaining morale, motivating subordinates, etc. for achieving the goals of the organization. You should always guide, the employees to achieve the goals. So in order to guiding, what happens is, you need to communicate with them, you need to coordinate with them, you are supposed to motivate them to push more and then to get more efficient work from the employees. So that is called as directing. And lastly we have is controlling. Now what exactly controlling is, please understand. When we understand controlling as a topic, controlling is an act. It's an act of comparing comparing actual performance with standard performance, that is called controlling. So here what has happened, I gave you an example in directing, saying that staffing also, that 2021 you are making a profit of 1 lakh rupees. Now in 2026 you need to make 10 lakh rupees. Now here what happens is, meanwhile controlling will happen every month, every week, and what it is, to know that what is the standard performance of the employees. Now here what happens is, there's a process of setting standards for a performance, and you have made that, you have say 50 employees, and those 50 employees need to work and they should get 2000 units or 2000 calls or 2000 files they are supposed to do it. Now this is the standard. Now you are supposed to compare the actual, how much they are doing it. If there is more than the standard performance they are working, that means controlling is done. If less than the standard performance they are doing, that means there is a lack of controlling. So here what happens is, it's a process of setting standard for performance, checking to see how actual performance compares with these set standards, and taking corrective actions as needed is what a controlling is all about. I'll give you an example here. Say we have 2000 is the standard performance, but actually is 1800 is the actual performance. Usually what you people do is, you compare and you say 2000 is the deviation, but I'll tell you 2000 is not the deviation. Whenever you understand the controlling process, you should subtract actual performance with standard performance. That means what will happen is, here 1800 minus 2000, so you get minus 200 is what the deviation. So this deviation is negative, and then you are supposed to rectify the deviation. How will you rectify the deviation? Only by training the employee, giving him more motivational things, and telling him what he is doing, is it really good or bad, and comparing that with other employees, and then telling him that if you do it, then you will be here. If you are not, then you will be fired, is what the controlling process takes place there. So these are the things which people should always go through, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. And this is the managerial function. In the next session, I'll be talking about the operational function, where you will understand that planning and organizing will be the same kind of a thing when it comes to the operational also. Even there will be some of the limitations as well as advantages, which we'll see in the next session. Until then, thank you so much, students. I'll see you when I see you.